Bonjour Taurus, and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your January tarot reading. I have posted the tarot birth card January reading to last week, so I will drop you a link to the playlist in the description box below if you would like to check this one out too. So today I'm going to be using the Walking Meditation Tarot deck by Dani'el Norman. This is a truly gorgeous nature deck and I've reviewed it on my channel, so if you would like to check out the deck and even maybe getting the cards for yourself, all of the info will also be in the description box below. So I hope you are all doing well. I'm going to be using my normal spread, which is 3 different split. I have the major arcana here for the energy of your month, the court card over here for the energy that you are advised to embody for the month to maximize it, and the minor arcana for your message itself. So please remember, as always, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and drop what doesn't. So what is the energy for my Taurus Aquarians for January, please? So we have the Lovers, so big decision. Obviously I will go through the meanings of the cards in depth when they are all out. What core card are my Aquarians advised to embody to maximize the energy, please? And we have the King of Swords. This is very interesting. If you have Scorpio in your chart, you may want to check their reading because they had the Lovers and the King of Swords, identical cards in their reading. So I don't believe in coincidences, so yeah. So let's see your messages. So we begin with the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. The Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands, so we've got 2 threes, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy underlying that you may not be aware of, but definitely at work in your situation, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so we've got 2 tens, so let's talk about that first. I also want to mention something to you, is in your annual reading, the 2023, in January, the card you had was the Ten of Wands. So I'm going to leave you a link right here if you've not watched your annual reading, because obviously this is going to help shed some light on all of this. It's all interlinked. So with the Ten of Wands being part of the energy that you're going to have this month, we have 2 tens. Tens is the number of closure, end of the year suit. It's the culmination of it. So this completion. So having the Ten of Wands twice, the same 10, and then the Ten of Swords is obviously very interesting and something to be noted. The Ten of Swords, swords to be with the mental realm, talks about acceptance. It talks about release. It's really the card that says that you're going to look at something or face up to something and just let it go, because you're going to accept it for what it is. And with that comes deliverance. It's an energy of relief for yourself, you know, like the weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. It's not an easy thing to do, but once you jump, once you release, you will feel so much better. And that's why the card always has the sun rising there, because it's done now. And you're just done with it. You're turning your back on it. So you may not be aware of it, but underlying all of this is this energy of releasing something, letting go of something, and accepting for what it is, because that's the key to it. because you have those two Ten of Wands, and I'm going to talk about the Ten of Wands in a second. I just want to talk to you about the Lovers first, which is the main energy. Now, this is the energy of having to make a big decision. This is a crossroad, a very important crossroad in your life. And originally, it was called the Lover, okay, in the Tarot de Marseille. So it was a man who had to decide between two women. And this is always it represents the struggle between your head and your heart. Because, your head is telling you should be going with this person, for instance, for whatever reason, comfort, security, but your heart wants you to go with the other person. So when you see the Lover's card, it's always about a decision where you're struggling, and there may be a struggle between your head and your heart, and you're not sure, and your heart is, is pulling the strings of your heart, is what I'm trying to say. And so, this is the energy for the month. And your spirit team is recommending that you embody the characteristic of the King of Swords to deal with this. And I can see why, because we have the Ten of Swords here, the same suit. This is the master of the suit, the master of the mind, the master of the thoughts. The kings always represent, expertise in their suit, knowledge. So the King of Swords, and it's the energy, obviously, it's nothing to do with the gender, is somebody who really looks at things from a factual point of view. They are not overwhelmed by their emotions, nor are they led by their emotions. They will look at things and they will just assess it for what they are. And the thing is, that's the reason why they are so fair and trustworthy and reliable, because if you look at something from a factual point of view, you are not going to be biased. There's no bias in the King of Swords. Somebody who uses their mind, and yeah. So that's what you are advised to do, to react and think like this character. Now, obviously, you're sovereign of your life, I'm not telling you how to lead your life, I'm just giving you the messages. But this is the advice in order to make the best decision for you. Because we have this Ten of Wands, as I said, which appeared twice, with the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Wands talks about releasing a burden, because one's energy is fire energy. It represents your passion, your drive, your desire. So it talks about something that you have put a lot of yourself into. You may have put a lot of time and sweat equity. You may have pushed a lot for it, and it's exhausting. So whether you were pursuing your career, whether you were trying to desperately build a business up from the ground, whether you were in a very passionate relationship that had a lot of highs and lows, it's exhausting. And the Ten of Wands talks about successfully dropping that burden. People often see this card as a negative card. I do not, because at the end of the day, you have not dropped any of your wands. You have carried them, you have learned, you have gained all of the experience you needed from the situation, and now it's time for you to let it go. There really is this overwhelming energy in this reading of having to release something and accepting that it's come to its natural conclusion. The natural end is what they're saying to me with the Ten of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles is talking about growth. This is growth in the 3D realm, okay, because this is earth energy. So it may be representing something that's growing, but it may also representing your skills being recognized by people. Finally, all of the hard work that you've put in is being recognized, that kind of thing. And it may be why you're finding it difficult to drop the burden. Or maybe because you've put so much effort into something and you've seen a little bit of growth and you're thinking, oh, maybe I should push more, and, that kind of thing, because it matters to you, to your heart. And then obviously, naturally, we have the Two of Pentacles energy, which is the energy of weighing up your option. Again, earth energy. So we're looking at a pragmatic point of view. We're looking at weighing up maybe your financial resources, weighing up your time commitments. Is there time? Do I have time in my schedule for this alongside a relationship, for instance, or the other way around? Take what resonates. But the Two of Pentacles is really that, weighing up options, whatever your options are. And the Three of Wands with it is this energy of wanting things to move, wanting things to grow. It's very often people say the ships are coming in, but they're not. On the Rider-Waite-Smith card, if you look at the actual drawing, the ships are going out of the harbour, and the man is looking at them because he's basically put all of his hopes and work and dreams into those ships, and they're coming out. Because there's growth, he's been able to buy the boats and, send them. So this is the idea of the Three of Wands. They're not coming in, they're coming out. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is that the Three of Wands really talks about you wanting things to grow. There is also sometimes the notion with the Three of Wands of a little bit of impatience, because you've put a lot of time and effort into something and you want it to grow, and you're having to wait because you just sent out your ships. So this is why there's this energy of not so sure what I should do or whatever. And you can see with the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, there is this, in your reading, this energy of the growth, or wanting it to grow, and it's not growing fast enough, or not happening fast enough. And sometimes I say that to people when I read for them individually, sometimes we just want something so badly that any little bit of growth we will take and see it as a sign that it's good. But if it's not coming naturally, if you're having to work really hard and fight for it, I always see this as a sign from the universe that maybe it's not the right path for you, And I think you're going to get to that point, because you've got the Eight of Cups with the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords talks about having your guard up and not wanting to make a decision. Now, you can have your guard up for a million of reasons. Very often it's because we've been hurt and we don't want to, drop our shield. Understandable. But the Two of Swords may also be, postponing making a decision because you feel you don't have enough data, enough facts. You're not sure, so you want to wait. But the Two of Swords can also talk about simply not wanting to accept what is, which is why, it's with the Ten of Swords. When I said to you, the Ten of Swords is really releasing, accepting what is and being okay with it and just allowing it to leave. And the Eight of Cups is the energy of realizing that something is not for you anymore. The Eight of Cups is a very empowering energy, but it's also uncomfortable, because it is you looking at a situation or a relationship and realizing that either this is not good enough for you, you are worth more than that, which is obviously very empowering, or it's realizing that you've outgrown it. It may have been right at the time, but it's not anymore. And so with this comes the decision, the Lovers, of dropping the burden, which is that Ten of Wands that I keep on referring to, accepting that it's meant to be that way with the Ten of Swords, and then dropping your guard so that you may move forward and turn your back on it and go for your Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment, something much better for you. I always say this to people. You're not meant to settle, you're supposed to be living a life of emotional fulfillment, and whatever emotional fulfillment is to you, at work, relationship, all of the above. And if you know that there's something not quite right, it is up to you to do something about it. And very often the hardest part of this is to let go, to release something. And remember, you've been advised to be like the King of Swords, to look at things from a factual point of view. Maybe not look at it thinking, oh, but, when it was good, it was so good. Yeah, but is it still good right now? Are you still enjoying your career? Are you still enjoying all the work you put into your business, for instance? Or are you still enjoying the relationship? Are you still emotionally fulfilled with this relationship? Whatever the case may be. So a big decision for you this month, I can see that. And as I said, please do check your annual reading, because it will give you a bigger picture, and also maybe your tarot birth card reading for the month, because it may complement it or it may give you something different which will help you in a way. So I hope you've enjoyed your messages. If you did, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm very humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly transformative month, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.